In your notebook, write today's date and 7.4 solve two-step equations. Today you will be able to solve two-step equations. Pause the video, read the question. Mackenzie paid $64.52 for 2 dresses. She also bought 3 sweaters. So let's write the information that we know from this question. So 2 dresses together, it's going to cost $64.52. They did not say each dress, they said both the dresses together is $64.52. She also bought 3 sweaters. You don't know how much money each sweater is going to be. So this I'm going to take it as 3S. Sweaters is the cost they did not give me. The one information I don't know, I'm going to take it as a variable S. So 3 sweaters will be 3S. So her total bill is going to be $136.67. So the cost of the 2 sweaters, which is $64.52, plus the cost of the 3 sweaters, which is going to be 3S, is going to be $136.67. I could write the word 3 sweaters, SWEATERS, but just 3S, S stands for the sweaters. So they're asking you to write and solve a two-step equation. This is writing a two-step equation. So now comes the second part, which is solving it and finding out how much does each sweater cost. So you want to find what S is, what number belongs in the place of S. So one thing you're going to do is you're going to get rid of the number that doesn't have a variable attached to it. So 64.52 is being added. The opposite of adding 64.52 is going to be minus 64.52 on the left side and on the right side. Number always goes below the numbers. The line. 64.52, 64.52 subtraction cancels out. So the only thing that you have left is just a 3s equals. So this you need to finish off your subtraction to give you, and 13 minus 6 is going to give you 7. So now the last step is you want to find what S is. So 3 and S, you don't see any symbol, you don't see an addition or subtraction. So which means you're multiplying. The opposite of multiplying is divide. So you divide by 3 on the left and you divide by 3 on the right. Cancel and you get S equals. So you take the numerator 72.15 and you divide it by the denominator, which is 3. So this is going to be 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 1, bring the 2 down. 3 goes into 12 4 times. Bring the decimal point straight up. Bring the 1 down. 3 cannot go in a 1, so that'll be a 0. And bring the 5. 3 goes into a 15 5 times. So this is going to be $24.05. So each sweater is going to cost $24.05. Pause the video, read the question. The taxi cab problem. The local cab company charges $1.25 for the first mile travel. So let's write this information. So for the first mile travel, the taxi cab is going to charge $1.25. And then they're going to charge 35 cents for each additional mile. So each additional mile is going to give you 0.35 times M. M stands for the miles. Since you do not know how many miles you're going to travel, you're just going to take it as M. So now, Natalie spent $7.20 on a ride. So $7.20 is the total. So you're going to pay $1.25 for the first mile. And then you are also going to pay 35 cents for each additional mile. Remember the word each? That gets the letter M. So the mile, I'm going to take the M and I'm going to attach it to 0.35 because it comes with the word each. Now the total is going to be $7.20. Now this is writing a two-step equation. So the writing part is done. Now comes the solving. You want to find what M is. So the only way you're going to figure out M is to get rid of the number which does not have a letter to it. So you want to figure out what M is equal to, which means you want to get rid of this and this. So the easiest one to get rid of is 1.25, which you're adding. So the opposite of adding a 1.25 is minus 1.25 on the left and minus 1.25 on the right. Put a line. The line separates the step that is being done. Cancel these two, and now you have 0.35 m equals, you need to borrow, so that becomes a 1 and a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. You cannot take a 2 from a 1, so that becomes a 6. And 11 minus 2 is going to give you a 9 decimal point. 6 minus 1 is going to give you a 5. So now you want to find what m is. So you divide by 0.35 on the left and divide by 0.35 on the right. These two cancel out. You get m equals. So this is an easy division. It's just a decimal number divided by a decimal number. So 5.95 divided by 0.35. You want to move the decimal point 2 places to the right. Cancel this out. Since you move it 2 places to the right, you also move this 2 places to the right on the inside. Cancel this. So the inside number is now going to change to just 35. The outside number is going to change to 35. The inside number is going to be just 595 with the decimal point at the end. So do not start your division until you change your decimal into a whole number. So 35 cannot go in a 5. 35 goes into a 59 one times. And that is going to give you 2, 4, bring the 5. And 35 times 7 is going to give you 245. So this is going to be 7, 2, 4, 5. So you're going to get 17. So the question was, how many miles? So in this case, it's going to be 17 miles. This is an FCAT question. Pause the video, read the question, understand. This sample will give you a good practice on how to tackle these questions. So number one, you're seeing that the expression or the equation is your starting point. I'm going to highlight and show you. This is your starting point. Once you figure that your equation is your starting point, you need to understand what the variable stands for. So there is a variable w and there is a variable p. So let's go back to the question. So the width of the garden is represented by w. So w stands for the width. And let's find p. So they're talking about the perimeter p. So p stands for the perimeter. Now let's see what information is given to you. The perimeter of the vegetable garden is 90 feet. So they have given me what P is. P is 90. They're asking me what is the width. So they're asking me the width is what. So let's go back to this equation now and substitute what we know. So 2 stays, W stays because that is what they are asking us to find, plus 50 stays as it is, put the equal sign, P change it to 90. Now this is your two-step equation where they are asking you to find W. It's so easy to get rid of a number which does not have a letter attached to it. So plus 50, the opposite of plus 50 is minus 50 on the left and minus 50 on the right side of the equal sign. Cancel. You get 2W equals 90 minus 50 is 40. And the next step is you want to find W. So divide by 2, divide by 2. Cancel. W equals 20 feet. 40 divided by 2 is going to give you 20.